All right, so I've got the Accra Regional Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Efiatenge, and the Director of Public Relations of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Cephas Arthur, joining me on the security matters. Good morning to you. Thanks for coming.
Good morning.
Let me start with you, ASP Efiatenge. The Amanfrom situation, really, what are you doing about it?
Yes, thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers. Yes, since the spate of armed robbery began, the increasing spate of armed robbery began in Amanfrom, there are several steps that the Accra Regional Police Command has taken to ensure that we provide the community with the best of security, even within the limited resources that we have. We started by intensifying patrols in the area, and even apart from the patrols, we also deployed some intelligence strategies where we arrested some criminals just about 2 or 3 weeks after the major strike by these robbers in the areas. And as I speak to you now, these culprits have now been convicted to 35 years imprisonment, and they are serving their jail term. That was one. Then after that, we also even started patrolling with our motorbikes, and because of the nature of the roads, I can tell you that that the roads in that area, it's nothing to write home about. And even because of that, I can even say that most of our vehicles that sometimes we use for patrols, most of them even break down, you know, within a week or two because of the bad nature of roads. And sometimes it also hinders our responsive time to people in distress situation. And because of that one too, that is why we also had to bring in our motorbike patrols, because the motorbikes probably will be very good for the terrain of the area. Even after that, yesterday, where we also mounted a tent city within the community, you know, because if you should visit the area, the police station is quite far from where the robbers usually attack. And because of that, always, usually, it has been the willingness of the community to always help in a way. And sometimes you will have some of the opinion leaders saying that, oh, they wish they can at least put up something for us to occupy. But by the time we leave there, or the time the situation subsides, that is the robbery, you see that they all go back. So looking at this, the Inspector General Police, you know, quickly said that no, we should go and mount a tent city, and that was done yesterday afternoon. And this is being manned by operational men, 24 hours, well equipped. Right after the tent city, some few meters away too, we've had somebody, a benevolent resident in the area, who has also given up a building of his that we should use as a police station, where general police duties will be carried out from that area. So we are doing it. As I speak to you now, we also have six patrol teams now, joint military police patrol in the area that they are patrolling. But
for how long would they be doing that for?
Oh, we have been doing it. We will do it till we believe that it's okay for us to probably to withdraw some of our men, or till we believe that we've had permanent structures or permanent ways of handling the situation. So it is not that the police is not doing anything at all. Even our commitment in arresting these people, where we had a lot of things, locally made manufactured pistols with them, we had a lot of ammunition, you know. This really shows that we are working.
But you do realize that because of the consistency, I mean, it's been happening frequently, so people are not able to trust you as much as they should, really.
Yes, for that aspect, it's common and it is usual that we'll have people, and the residents may not even trust, or may not even have the confidence in the police again. But I can tell, when we communicate with them, they sometimes say that they have seen how we are trying to handle the situation. And we have also realized that if you visit the area, the background of the area shows that it used to be a farming community. So we had most of the residents there are people who are settling. They've made some structures, settling on the lands, some way of protecting the lands. And there are plush buildings in the areas, you know, but these robbers poor as they are, I'm not saying the people who are the residents themselves are poor. What I'm saying is the robbers themselves, they attack the structures that probably may not have a tight security. You know, they just make something probably for, you know, so they attack those structures where they even pick slippers and all that. And if you don't have this, sometimes you have to inflict wounds on you. You know, so it's not that we are not working, we are working, but we also understand a place where there's a persistent case of robbery, definitely they may entertain the kind of fear, and it will even break down our commitment. They may not even repose that kind of confidence in the police.
So, President Arthur, I think the last time we spoke, you helped us with some fine tidbits as well, but you couldn't quite believe that it was the same place that the robbers kept going, you know, and they would rob 15, 20 houses in a particular operation. What are you picking? I mean, what is it that is attracting these people?
Thank you, and I say good morning to your viewers. I cannot put a finger on exactly what is attracting these criminals, but if you want to surmise, you can put it down to fortification of those residences around the place. They are only, excuse me to say, ramshackle structures. They are not well bolted, and so they can easily be broken into. And these are areas that are also deserted, kind of isolated. They are developing areas, so the perception is that developing areas, there are a lot of goodies and wealth around. Quite apart from the fact that, or irrespective of the fact that people certainly there are not, excuse me to say, well-to-do, the ground is fertile for criminals to attack them. And it's very unfortunate. The criminals are also, this is not to say that they should go to the wealthy people, but they're attacking people who are downtrodden.
And you also left them for a very long time.
Humble, and I mean, farmers and people who are beginning to make life. It's very unfortunate. But we think that we should also improve upon the amenities of the area. The first one is the road network, and as I heard this morning, they have even started working on the road network to improve the situation. So some of these things, and the fact that criminals, is just as is said in the tree, don't have pity for the sick. I mean, that is the hunter doesn't have any pity for the sick animal. So it is very unfortunate, but as my colleague has said, we are going to do everything possible to ensure that we put measures in place. Already a lot of things have been done to ensure that we are able to ward off these criminals from attacking these people.
Haven't we heard this before?
And yeah, and it is still persisting in some ways. Perhaps for the effort the police are making, it would have been worse. So we are also going to reinforce our activities there. FIA has mentioned the fact that 10 cities are springing up there. Police 10 cities are going to be are springing up there. People are also offering their structures for the police to use, and that is the spirit, the self-help spirit that we all expect. Because earlier on, before we started the program, we asked about whose responsibility is it to provide such police post. Obviously, it's for the government to do, or even the assembly to do, but in the spirit of self-help and philanthropism and nationalism, and even voluntarism, individuals who are well to do, or even the community, can come together and support their community police with some facilities, some logistics to help them. But it is not for the people to say that, oh, we are putting up police posts and police stations. It is for the government. But as the saying goes, crime combat is a shared responsibility. So we expect that members of the public who have the wherewithal to support the government.
There are bits and pieces of incidents. I heard about one in Sakumono, Ashaman, one off the motorway somewhere. Generally, how is the situation in Greater Accra?
Yes, for robberies, or especially, as I can say, robberies, that is what most of us are terrified of. Yes, once in a while we may have issues of robberies, but the situation is under control, as I can say, because even as I believe we were talking about the Klagon area too, that place is also not so much different from Amanfrom as we speak, because if you also go there, you also see some of these challenges, the roads, the locations to the areas where sometimes we may even have distress call, and have to even locate the places becomes a problem for the police. We would have to go round till finally we get to the place. By the time we get there, then we also realize that they have even absconded or even left the places. So it is yes, we have them, you know, but anytime it comes to us, we also try to curb the situation. So it is not one that is under control and it's been managed.
If I may add something small to it, this sporadic kind of robbery that we are recording are very unfortunate. But irrespective of that, as when you compare records, the stats, it doesn't make this period or this year have more records of crime or robberies.
Okay.
It's still, the robbery is still better this year than it used to be last year. And we should also have knowledge of the fact that crime itself is a kind of, it comes in a wave form. It rises and falls. It is undulating kind of this thing. So there are periods that you experience a rise. It's very unfortunate though, but that is how the nature of crime is. When it comes up, then there's every effort must be made by the security agencies to ensure that they bring it down so that it doesn't have any negative impact on the people. But crime operates in a wave kind of nature, and it goes up and comes down, goes up and comes down. But we also try to put our intelligence on the ground and read the nature of, the movement, the trend, so that we can also place ourselves squarely at our appropriate position, so that we can reduce the impact in the times that we experience rises.
Okay. Sometimes we hear that you don't have fuel, for instance, for your patrol team. What's the fact? What's the situation on the ground?
The fact is that occasionally we experience some challenges as far as fuel is concerned. But being the kind of institution that we are, and the kind of service that we provide, and being fully aware of our mandate as a security institution, there's always provision made for reserving what we need for our core mandate. So the rise in crime or whatever has nothing to do with police experiencing some challenges in fuel. At all times, we have a reserve for our core mandate, and our core mandate is maintenance of law and order, part of which is fighting crime, patrolling. So at all times, there is a reserve for patrolling.
Which means we shouldn't expect you to run out of fuel when you're patrolling.
No. You shouldn't expect the police to run out of fuel. But in fact, once you are out patrolling, you could go as far as, you could patrol and stray so deep that you may have some challenges. But it doesn't mean that our reserve at our fuel dump is depleted. That's not what it means. And so as a commander of any patrol team, in case you stray too deep, you stray too far, such that you experience some shortages, it is up to you to make provision and get the vehicle filled, so that when you come back, you lay claim for whatever you have spent. So that is not the problem at all.
So ASP Efiatenge, there are people who don't feel safe, with these reports of armed robbery incidents. And I think that the fear also is that most of these people seem to be like they are around like area people. These are not hardcore armed robbers, and so when you are working, for instance, you don't know what's happening in your house because sometimes they happen during the daytime. What are some of the precautions that we could take, and what's the police doing?
Yes, with regards to that, I would say that we should all see security as a necessity in our community. We have people who do not even care about their even personal security. But even in Amanfrom like this, we have also heard incidents where people are wrongfully attacked because they believe that they may be the brain behind what is going on. So if you are somebody that you are not known in the area, we have the youth mobilizing themselves and attacking you with all sort of offensive weapons and what have you. In as much as we take our security very, very crucial, I would say that in our community and in our environs, there are people who usually come as a spy, who monitor people periodically, and they target you when they believe it is safe for them to do so. I would advise that, yes, we should always be cautious of the people who come around. If you have seen somebody, a strange character in an area, all that you have to do is probably to approach the person, find out what the person is doing there. You sometimes, oh, I saw this person, they were here, and for the past week I've been seeing this person around, although I don't know him. They come around and they spy. So what did you do about it? And sometimes now there's issue of burglaries, where people go to work and before they come back, they have all their properties taken away from their homes. We know that this house is for Mr. A or B. You have seen that strange people are there. They are even coming out sometimes within a van. That confidence, they make sure that they take everything from the house. You are there, you saw that, oh, these are non-familiar faces, but you could not even approach them. We always have to be mindful of that, because as they are doing so, next time it will be your turn. So we should all take our personal security, the community security, very, very crucial. We should take it very personal and not leave anything to chance. Then also, we've had issues where people periodically come around with taxis. That is not say all taxis, they come around with taxis and also spy in a way, and also monitor movements of people and strike, as I have said. With the same way that I have said that we need to question some of these acts by strange characters, the taxi cabs, and take numbers, keep it in mind, so that we'll be able to always report strange characters also to the police. Okay. We have taxis that come to the community. We even ask, they will not be able to tell you the numbers and what have you. We should at least be very conversant with some of these things, that these are some of the modules that are being used all the time. So we should not leave anything to chance. Let us take everything very serious, so that in case of anything, we'll be able to help, because we help. The information always help us, and we should also be willing to volunteer information to the police at all times. Oh, I don't want to get myself with police issues. So if you don't want to, these people, after committing the crime, they come to live among us. They live within the community that we live. So if we don't want to get involved, then we are not helping the situation, because most of our work also we are able to curb the neighboring, that provided we also get the credible information at the right time. So if we have the information and we keep it to ourselves, then what are we doing? This is not to say that our intelligence is not working, but in as much as we work, through every way that we are able, we also need information from the people. So we should know, we have people who we sometimes sustain gunshot wounds and what have you, and they go back into the community, they seek all sort of concussions to get themselves treated. You are also a member of the community. You have to find out, even if you're a doctor, that somebody's even coming to some kind of wound, find out what has this person done. Just come to the police, even if you don't want to, we want to be known. Our hotlines are there. You may even volunteer information, credible information, I mean credible ones, you know, accurate for us to be able to work. So that by so do we know that all of us are actively involved in the fight against crime.
Superintendent Arthur, are we patrolling during the day?
Yeah, we patrol during the day. We have day and night patrols, mobile and foot patrols at all times. So we patrol during the day as well.
Okay.
And
I haven't seen the patrol team in my area daytime. But then again, most of the time I'm not there. So, but I'm going to check.
Yeah. So check. You see that we have patrol teams assigned to your area, and by way of contributing something small to efforts that general public must make to curb crime, they should be each other's keeper. They should be concerned about crime combat. They shouldn't leave everything for the security agencies, the police, to combat crime. They must put in place some personal security for themselves, so that even in your community like Amanfrom, as we used to have in some part of Accra, the people living there, having identified their common enemy to be crime, should come together. I mean, the place I was talking about, the name is just escaping me. They meet the last Sunday of every month to discuss issues of concern to their community, during which they invite their community police. At that time, my former boss, Chief Superintendent Kusifori, and myself attended their meetings where we discussed issues concerning security with them. They brought out all their concerns. We sat down and discussed this with them.
So can communities invite the police to give talks when they meet, when they have some of these gatherings?
They can.
Okay.
So when they meet, they can invite even the public affairs, the community policing unit is also there, and even their own community police people. They can invite them and share their concerns with them, share the things that they have observed as far as their security is concerned with them, and together they will forge a way ahead and find solutions to their problem. They shouldn't leave crime combat, policing, in the hands of only the police officers.
Sure.
As the saying goes, police are civilians in uniform, and civilians are police officers in mufti.
All right, that will be it. But just before you go, because Kaswa is your area.
No,
not your area. So, Superintendent Arthur, the bank man who was shot, I mean, what else do we know?
Not much yet, but investigation is in progress.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And we'll do everything possible to get to the bottom of this.
I thank you for your time. Director of Public Relations of the Ghana Police Service, Superintendent Cephas Arthur, and Accra Regional Police Public Relations Officer, ASP Efia Tenge. I appreciate your company. I hope that we can do this from time to time. That will be good.
We wish it is even done every week.
Thank you very much.
We've got talk coming your way. Please stay with us.